Hey YouTube, come on into my world, Stephanie's world. It is in the wee hours of now what is probably what the hell Wednesday. But I got a couple of things to put you up on. And I won't be on here very long, which I don't have a long time anyway, because I'm not as big as some of the other YouTubers. But what I got for you is called BBW, the Bishop, the Blogger, and Wendy. First, the Bishop, and I'm gonna call him that. Some of y'all call him Bishop Rolex and Bishop other things, but I'm just going to say the Bishop out of New York had a sit down. Well, was interviewed by Fat Joe. The interview went well. Nothing really out of the way. Very calm, very easy. Fat Joe actually did a good job with him and handling him. You know, he asked the questions that he wanted to ask, and the bishop answered the way he wanted to answer. But what was real interesting is that he took that time to go ahead and call out that Larry Reed had spoke to the FBI about him. He just dropped that. And he also told Fat Joe that after they finished, that he was going to go live and he was going to drop the proof that Larry Reed had called the FBI on him. So I was actually watching this, and like I said, I'm one who would give credit where credit is due. I was watching it on King Jobs, which is another YouTuber, on his broadcast, and he showed the interview. They wrapped Fat Joe and the Bishop. Sure enough, the Bishop went live. And he dropped a Google Voice. But I mean, is that really proof? His broadcast on IG really took a turn, a bizarre turn. It's personal with him and Larry. And see, I saw the first exchange weeks ago when he asked to be included in Larry Reed and Genesis Warren broadcast. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I did not like the insults and how he came in that broadcast and how he immediately started on her about her appearance and her weight. That right there, it was uncalled for. And then when the interview really went off when the exchange really went off the track, and he said what he said to Larry Reed, that right there put a bad taste in my mouth, along of what I was already thinking. Well, tonight he tells Larry keep his name out of his mouth, his wife's name, his children's name, his church name, and he verbally tells him to cease and desist. Now, I don't really have a law background, but I took some pre-law courses because I was going to be a lawyer at one time, so I thought. And I didn't know that a cease and desist verbally carried any weight. So you're telling this man that. You tell him that he has a lawsuit coming. You tell him this, that, and the third. But you kept talking. And see, I wanted this story to die about a week ago. I wanted everybody to stop talking about it. I was like, maybe it'll go away. But no, keep him talking. Keep him talking. I knew that this was going to get to Larry Reed tonight. Well, last night. I knew. I'm waiting. I'm looking for him to go live. Well, Larry Reed did go live on his IG. He was cool as a cucumber. I was thinking I was going to get some frogs up in there and whatnot, but it hit me. First of all, he has proof that the bishop is lying. He dropped the receipt. He told what to call to the FBI and what the other media outlets was really about. He also said something else. Get your house in order because you about to go away. So when you sitting on something like that, you ain't got to hit back and do all of that. Had he not done this, had he just stayed quiet and just played the background, none of this would be happening. But the minute you put yourself out there, that's when you opened yourself up to have things brought up at your past and allow people to dig. And he likes to name drop and be in front of the camera and the attention. If you live for man's approval, you would die from his rejection. He has just exposed himself. The last thing that I want to say, because I'm not going to say that it's reported, and this came from Sherelle's World, and I'm shouting her out because she said today that she grew up in Detroit. I told you guys that I'm an honorary Detroiter, so what up though? But she reported today that Wendy Williams is being reported that she may be married. I'm hoping that's not true. I was trying to comb through some things tonight, and 2 other bloggers have reported it as well. So let's hope that that's not true, because that would not be good. But that's what my BBW, the bishop. We all know that Larry Reed is a blogger, vlogger, entrepreneur, and a whole lot of other things. And then Wendy. And it's ironic that Wendy's being mentioned because the bishop said that Larry Reed is the Wendy Williams of the gospel world. I will say this. Larry reports, he commentates, he spilled the tea. But a number of gospel artists and church folks sit down with him and talk to him. So that's all I got. Like I said, I wanted to come in here with this short tonight and get this out and let you know tomorrow you may want to go on the IG pages and see what I'm talking about. Don't just take my word for it. See what I'm talking about and see what you see. And like I said, Larry Reed dropped a receipt. If you want to connect with me, you can follow me on Twitter at Cosby, COSBEE. If you like what you heard, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I'm Stephanie Cosby on all other social media platforms. I always close whatever I do online with love one another. Till the next time. Peace.